As I'm coming to the last hurdle of education before I move on to university, I wanted to see what the students of today think their future holds in terms of getting the job they really want, something they've always dreamed of doing. This documentary explores students with a talent they could pursue as a career. Will it be just as hard to follow a dream of theirs as to get a normal day job that students with a degree are struggling to find? This is a decision they will have to make. This is now or never. I managed to secure an interview with Ryan and his parents, a student who is currently taking his first year of GCSEs at Oaks Park High School in Newbury Park, Essex.
I'm Ryan, I'm 14, almost 15, and I study at Oaks Park High School doing my GCSEs. Well, I play the guitar. I've been playing for almost 5 years now, and I started when I came to high school and had guitar lessons.
And when did you start discovering that you're actually good at playing the guitar?
Sort of maybe quite recently, because I've sort of improved quite quickly since I started sort of practicing more and looking up songs on the internet and got into music a bit more. I mainly listen to sort of Ben Howard, John Mayer, sort of Queen and Fleetwood Mac. Queen and Fleetwood Mac, because they're just really legendary bands, and the guitar in them's really good, and I think the technical work that they use on the guitar is just really sort of inspiring for how I want to play guitar. Ben Howard and John Mayer, they're quite young artists, and the way that they've just been able to develop their technique on the guitar, and I think it's really inspiring how well they can play.
Would you like to pursue a career using your talent?
Not necessarily, because it's quite hard to break into the music industry at the moment, and unless I develop my guitar skills quite rapidly and start sort of in my younger teenage years to sort of try and break in and get better as an artist, I don't think I'll make it in the music industry.
Okay, so what else interests you then?
I enjoy cooking. I think cooking is one of my main hobbies. I do enjoy playing the guitar a lot, but I don't think I can break in that easily. I enjoy doing sort of maths and theory things at school, because I'm, not to boast, but I'm quite good at them when I'm at school, sort of at the top of my class, so hope to pursue something sort of theory-wise.
Do you think pursuing your talent is a risk?
I do, because sort of going with the guitar, if you don't get there, you're right at the bottom, you don't get anything. But being good at sort of maths, I would like to become something like an actuary and go to university and study maths, because numbers come to me quite easily. I think it's something I'll be good at doing, and it's sort of solid, like it's there for me, and I earn a decent amount in case I do the music, in which case I may fail, so it's a big risk.
So you're scared of failing then?
I am, yes.
I'm Ian. I have my own shop, Retail Jewellers in Clacton-on-Sea.
I'm Paula. I work in a mixed secondary comprehensive school. I'm the sixth form secretary.
Would you like Ryan to pursue a career in his talent?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I think because academically he's doing so well, I think he's got more chance of getting somewhere on that side as opposed to playing the guitar.
Also, I mean, he's got a friend who's absolutely super, and he's not quite at that level. So I don't think he's going to make a career out of it. But certainly, as a hobby, I want him to continue.
Doesn't have the 100% passion that you need, I think.
Do you think that students with a degree have more chance of getting a job they want than students without?
It's a definite advantage if you have got a degree, but in the current climate, there's just not enough jobs out there for people. Years ago, if you had a degree, you could walk into a job, but you can't do that now.
It depends on the degree also, because some employers want experience rather than academic qualifications. But
if you're going to go into a profession and you do the right degree, medicine, law, something like that, then you're all right. But if to do just a general degree, you know,
it's a waste.
It's difficult. It just shows you can study and that you've got the capacity to study for 3 years and come out with something. But the job market's difficult these days.
Do you think employment rates for 16 to 24-year-olds will improve in the near future?
No, I think it'll get worse. There's less and less jobs out there because one reason or another, computers, etc., taking over people's jobs, and it's just going to be harder and harder. More kids going to university, and
and there's no standard retirement age now, so people are working longer, and older people also can't afford to give up work. So the jobs that would automatically be there for young people are not there anymore. It's very tough. It's very tough. So in some ways, going on to further education keeps you out of the job market longer, which isn't a bad thing. So hopefully when you do graduate, you've got a good degree, and there is perhaps a bit more opportunity for you, but it's tough out there.
I took to the streets to find out what people's views are on student employment. Do you think having a degree makes it easier to get a job once you've finished education?
It helps, but not necessarily, because I've been hearing a lot of stories about how people have gone uni, got a degree, and how they're coming out and there's no jobs for them. But I suppose in other aspects it can help as well, because it does show you're more committed if you're doing about 3 years at university, getting that degree, and it shows that you're really what you want to do and how committed you can be. But not necessarily, no, I don't think it will ultimately get you a job.
Well, I can only assume, I'm not sure with regard to all students, but probably most of the students have find it quite hard finding a job after they finish university. The way things are at the moment, but I think that most of them try to go on a gap year, so that they hopefully when they come back things will improve.
I then caught up with Matthew and his dad Mark, another student from the same school, but in his most important year of school, studying his second year of GCSEs.
Hi, I'm Matthew Mason and I'm doing my GCSEs at Oaks Park High School and I'm 16 years old. Well, I play the drums, as you can see, and I first discovered it when my dad bought me a little drum kit at Christmas when I was about 3 years old, and that's what really got me into it.
And when did you start to notice that you're actually quite good at playing the drums?
It was my parents, really. They could tell that I was like not just an average kid playing along to a track. I was actually in time with music.
Who are your influences?
Well, I like the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers called Chad Smith, and I listen to them quite a lot, and I thought that he's got a really good technique and that.
Do you try and like base your style of drumming on him, or do you have your own style that you've just like made up yourself?
I think it's just a style from every different single drummer that I've heard, and just trying to bring them all together and trying to make my own style.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'd definitely like to do drumming as a career. I'm going to a music college in Kilburn when I leave high school, and yeah, that should be good fun there.
Do you know what it takes to become like a professional drummer in a band?
I think it takes a lot. It's half ability and half performance as well, and I think it's going to be quite hard. There's not really anything else apart from drumming and music in general that interests me. It's been a part of my life for quite a while.
Hi, my name's Mark Mason. I'm Matthew Mason's dad, and I'm a teacher for London Borough of Waltham Forest.
What do you think of Matt's talent, and have you had any influence on him?
Well, I bought him a drum kit when he was 3 years old, so I guess I have had an influence on how he got started as a Christmas present, and he showed a good sense of rhythm and timing at a very early age, so we encouraged him to drum at home and then took him to drum lessons when he was about 5 or 6. So yeah, I've had a strong influence on him. I'm not really a musician, I can play a few chords myself, but that's about it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Would you like Matt to pursue a career in his talent?
I would like him to actually. Not trying to put too much pressure on him, but I believe you only get one chance in life. I believe you only get one life. So if someone shows promise and talent and that's the way they want to go, then you should encourage them to do that. And then later on, if it doesn't work out, maybe try a different route. But there's more than one way to earn a living, so I say give it your best shot first at something you really enjoy doing. I still think, you know, as a musician, you've got different avenues you could explore. So you could try and be an independent musician, or you could get a job teaching others what your skills that you've learned. But yeah, in general, I think employment for young people is getting worse. It is a big worry, and obviously for Matt. But I do believe that with the degree, with the talent, he can get on.
In general, I feel like it is difficult at this time, especially with like double-dip recession and a lot of jobs being cut and highest unemployment rate in the UK at the moment. I think is really bad, and I can see why people would like be nervous. But I feel like the government could maybe do a bit more about it, as they did with Westfield, maybe introduce a bit more jobs and hopefully just get through.